Hi students, I'm Nate Scharf. I'm your instructor for this Principles of Marketing course. Thanks for enrolling. Thanks for being what I call pandemic productive. Despite all the challenges we're facing, you're moving yourself forward with taking this and possibly other classes. So I applaud you for that. I also want to encourage you to keep taking care of yourself physically and mentally so that you can weather these times. We'll get through this. This video is going to give you some top-line information on the course, how to navigate it, how to do some pre-work to get yourself familiar with the course before we officially start on Tuesday, August 25th at 1:30 p.m. This is a synchronous course, which means that we will meet every Tuesday. It is a course requirement, and that's 1:30 to 2:45. And in those live sessions, I'll be doing some lecturing, not too much, a little bit of lecturing, and then we'll be doing some group exercises where you break out into groups. So I'm going to share with you some of the resources on the course so you can familiarize yourself with how we're going to operate the course once we get underway next week. So I'm going to share my screen with you and take you to the course, and we're going to kick the tires a little bit here. So let me put this in student view so it reflects what you will see. Your default view in the course is the modules view. Many of you are probably familiar with this if you've taken other Canvas courses. Now you've probably noticed that I'm not a super high design instructor. I value ease of navigation over fancy graphics in the course. When you do go into the resource pages and other sections of the course, you'll see that I do have more design flourishes. But what's most important to me is that you can easily navigate the course and that it's familiar to you from week to week so that you can move through your work as quickly as possible. The main piece I want to show you here is the layout of the modules view. You see there's a Start Here module up top. I'm going to direct you to that in a minute. That's kind of the things you need to know before we go piece. And then underneath that, you see the weekly modules, week 1, week 2, etc. The way the modules are set up for each week of the course is there's a resource page. You see this right here. And then underneath that will be the assignments. So that's the flow for each week. Resource page, things you need to digest, and then the assignments underneath that. So to help educate you with all the pieces of the course, before we look at modules, you're going to want to go into key resources. So before the class start of August 25th, I'd encourage you to take a deep dive into this key resources link. I'll show you that to you in a second. You also see here we have a link for live class sessions. So that is a repeating Zoom link. I'll go in there real quickly. You'll see this link here, and I encourage you to put this into your calendars so that you can click on it every Tuesday. Make sure you have that time booked out. It is required for the course that you're attending those scheduled class sessions. And then the rest of it, again, is done outside of the course. So calendar that link. And if we go to the key resources right here, you'll find a bunch of additional information. So I'm going to highlight just a couple of these for you to know about. And you're probably chuckling as I am as I'm looking at my profile picture on Canvas where I look like this clean-shaven, clean-cut young man. And the live guy that's talking to you here is bearded and older. This picture isn't that old. I think the pandemic has put a few miles on me. At any rate, these links here are educational about the course. Many of these are audio files. It's just me, my voice, explaining a certain piece of the course. Some of them are an actual document. A few that you want to know about. First off, OER textbook. This class does not have a required purchased textbook. So I've been teaching this course for a long time, over 15 years now, and I just felt there was no need for a physical textbook. Being a marketing course, what's happening online is much more current than what they could possibly put in a textbook. And textbooks are expensive, and textbooks don't work well when you're taking a course online. So given all that, I moved all of the content into a digital free format, and that is explained here. So what that means is, as you go through the course, if you're looking at a lecture, if you're doing an assignment, if you're taking a quiz, there'll be a link to the OER textbook links, the content that you need to study and understand for that piece. So no purchase textbook. As far as the live Zoom sessions on Tuesday, your second bullet point here that I'm hovering over, that's explained here in a document. I'm not going to go through that now. That's about 2.5 pages. It explains how it works, but we do have a structure to our breakout sessions that we'll do each live Zoom session. About half of that Zoom session is me lecturing. The other half is you working in a small group digitally on task for a certain exercise. That handout here, Guide on Zoom Breakout Sessions, explains how we do those breakouts. There will be different roles within those Zoom breakout sessions for students. There'll be a leader who's directing the discussion. There'll be a presenter who presents the group's findings back to the class after we pull out of groups. And there'll be a note taker that is documenting some things and getting the students' names put down on a shared Google Doc so I can capture your names and give you credit for your work on that exercise. That's all explained in this guide. So if you read that prior to our first class on August 25th, you'll be more up to speed when we move into the Zoom sessions. It's not required that you read it prior to our launch on the 25th, but it will be helpful. Your third item here is the syllabus link. So if you click on that link, I'll go ahead and open this one up. It'll take you to the syllabus. And that's embedded here within this link. What I want to note here is my office hours, which are on page 2 of this document. There we go. Page 2 of this document. I do have office hours Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. You see those hours listed here. That's me with just an open Zoom link. I'm on my computer. I've got my Zoom pulled up, and I'm just waiting for students to drop in. So this is a drop-in open Zoom link, meaning students from any of my courses might come in and ask me a quick question. So that's open and available for you. I encourage you to take advantage of that. I know a lot of you are working, you're doing your coursework outside of these hours. So I'm also giving you my cell phone number. That's over here in this column, 858-776-7492. So yes, you can reach me on my cell phone. Please just follow regular business hours. Nothing like late at night or super early in the morning. If you have a quick question, send me a text and I'll respond and answer that text. My official policy in the syllabus is give me 24 hours to respond, 48 on the weekend, but usually I respond pretty quickly. What doesn't work for me if it's the night of an assignment being due date is before midnight, and it's 11 o'clock at night, and I'm getting a flurry of text messages about the assignment, you're probably not going to get a response from me. I'm probably much older than most of you, and I go to bed at a reasonable hour. So don't wait to the last minute to open up an assignment to see if you have questions on it. Try to get me between 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. reasonable hours for me. But I do respond to text messages, and maybe you have a deeper dive on your questions and you want to talk to me live. Text me, say, hey, I have some questions. It's more than a text. Can we talk live? I'll respond with some times, and we'll just hop on either a live phone call or I'll pull up Zoom sessions if it's course related and we can navigate to that piece of the course and I'll answer your questions. So I do not mind if you reach out to me on my cell phone. It's COVID. I'm trying to be accessible to you guys, so feel free to use that resource. Okay? So that's my office hours in the syllabus. Lots of other good information in the syllabus, resources on the college, etc. But really, you're not going to reference the syllabus a whole lot in this course because everything's in Canvas. So if there's ever a discrepancy on a due date from what is shown in my syllabus versus what is actually on Canvas, go with the Canvas date because that is updated more frequently and that is the actual real due. Let me know so I can correct my syllabus, but what's on Canvas is accurate. All right, so that's the OER textbook. That's our Zoom breakout sessions study guide. That's the syllabus, assignment due dates. The due dates on assignments, typically in this class, you'll have the live session on Tuesday, and there'll be a deliverable on that. And then you'll have other work due on Sunday. If you miss the live class Zoom session, I can't recreate those points for you, so you forfeit those points. But anything else on Canvas, like we always have a lot of work due on Sundays before midnight. If you miss Sunday, there's a one-day grace period. You can turn work in the following day, Monday, with a late deduction, minus 10%, but it's better to get something in than nothing. So that's my policy on late work. What I don't do is forensic accounting on past due assignments. So if you come to me at week 12 and you want to open up a series of assignments that you missed over the course of the semester to improve your grade, I'm not going to be able to accommodate you. Yes, there are extenuating circumstances, and if a student has something that's a true emergency and it needs some assistance on that, I'm here to support you with that. But I can't go back and reopen a bunch of assignments to help you improve your grade. Things are due on Sunday or Wednesdays or Tuesdays. It's all listed in the weekly modules. You have a one-day grace on that assignment other than the live Zoom discussion piece. And then after that one-day extension, it closes and you forfeit those points. So that being said, I'm here to work with you, but know that I can't keep going backwards and opening up past due assignments without offering that to everybody, and it becomes an equity issue. So stay on top of your deadlines. The good news is, in my courses, I open up all the assignments at the beginning of the semester, so you can run ahead of schedule if you like, but you cannot go behind schedule. So if you have things scheduled, you got to go to a wedding and be out of town, and you're going to have a gap on that week as far as course access, just work ahead of schedule and stay on top of your deadlines. Major project. So that's listed here, major project resource page. We do have, what would be equivalent to a research paper in this class, but what you do in this marketing class is you actually develop a marketing plan. And your marketing plan is tied to a product or service idea that you come up with. This is something that I work with you on, and it's something that we work on all semester long. So you'll be building your marketing plan in pieces over the course of the semester as you learn the content related to that section of the marketing plan. So that's something you can also look at here, the major projects resource page. The first deliverable isn't until week 5 on the marketing plan. But you may want to start thinking about some ideas that you have. And I'll point you to more resources on that as we get closer to that assignment. Just know that that's our major project. The study guide is essentially your textbook. I'm going to go ahead and click on this one. So this is a truncated version of the textbook. You'll see there's 2 columns. On the left is the term, what you need to know, and I've got a shortened definition of that term. And then on the right is a digital link with an additional definition, an expanded definition to that term. The study guide is set up by weekly modules, so it lines up to the Canvas course. You can see that week 1, we're covering marketing introduction, a baseline introduction to marketing. Week 2, we get into the marketing mix. Week 3, we get into pest analysis and segmentation. All this will make sense to you as we get into those weeks. You also notice on the left here that there are highlighted text. If something is highlighted, that means it is going to be on a quiz or the final exam or relate to one of your Canvas assignments. So look for the highlighted stuff. That's the stuff that you will be assessed on. There's additional stuff that is of interest and will help you with greater understanding, but the highlighted stuff is definitely going to be assessed for you. So the study guide is essentially your textbook. When you're going through course assignments, you'll notice that I provide links to the study guide copiously throughout the course. So if you're in a quiz, you'll see a link to the study guide. If you're in a discussion assignment, you'll see a link to the study guide. So you'll be referencing the study guide a lot because it essentially is your textbook. These last 3 bullet points aren't essential for you to review and understand. but I do have a link to digital media and marketing resources. Basically, I get a lot of students asking me about, I want to learn more about social media marketing. I want to learn about Facebook advertising or Google AdWords. Fill in the blank what you want to learn from a digital platform. And we do dabble in that when we get into the advertising and promotions portion of the course, but because this is a principles of marketing course where we're covering all the facets of marketing, like market research and new product development and promotions and product management, there's a lot of pieces to cover under the marketing umbrella. So it's not specifically an advertising and digital marketing course. So this resource, Digital Media Resource Library, points you to a lot of excellent resources that you can go and review on your own. And these are free certifications. Google has them, Facebook/Instagram has them, you name it. And if you want to be in this space and in this field, maybe you want to be a content manager, all these certifications are free and they're quite robust. And adding certifications to your resume can certainly help you with job prospects. We also have social media for business through our computer science and information technology department. So that course is also linked in this resource page here. So check that out if you are more interested in all things digital. Support Hub, that's student support services. If you need anything, care forms for laptops, food, we're here to support you big time. And the Student Support Hub gives you those resources. And then the last one is print versions of the lecture slides. You probably don't need these. That's just put in there for the few students that actually like to have the slides printed out in front of them so that they can mark them up while they're listening to lectures or studying material. So that's there for you. All right, so that's your key resources. That's under your Start Here module. First thing you see once you get into the course, key resources. You've got the link to the live class sessions. You put that on your calendar. Then you've got your weekly modules. I'm just going to show you an example so you understand what you're looking at in these weekly modules. As I said earlier, the weekly modules have a resource page and then assignments underneath that. So in week 3, for example, you see that you have something due on Tuesday. That's our live session. So I've got an exercise plan with some points on it. Then you have a quiz due the very next day on Wednesday. Then you've got an assignment due on Sunday around integrated marketing. Oh, and it looks like there's an extra credit opportunity, 20 points if you want to tackle that as well. So everything below the resource page is things that you have to do. Now, if you want to get all your due dates on one page, I will include the syllabus view in your course menu. On the syllabus view, it does list all your to-do items. This is a handy page to look at. It's got your date, the details, and when it's due. So that's a handy page. That's the syllabus link. It's not displaying right now, but I'll add that to the course so you can see that. All right. Good. 1 second. Got a little sideways on my navigation here. Back to student view. So let's take, for example, week 2. In your resource pages, for all your resource pages as you go through the course, resource page and then assignments, resource page and then assignments. First, you want to digest what's in the resource page, things you need to know before you go, meaning before you do your assignments. I'm going to click on the week 2 resource page for an example here. When you open up that resource page, you see it says week 2. We're talking about the marketing mix. And I'm giving you options in how you absorb your content. You can read material if you prefer to read. You'll see there's a table with your key terms and the OER links over here. If you go down further, you also see the study guide, so you can kind of cross-reference there. Here's your key terms that you want to know. And then the other way you can learn is watch my lectures. So on every resource page, key terms, read option. I want to read. I don't want to listen to Nate. I don't like his voice. Whatever it is, you can read the terms. But if you're like, you know what, I'm an auditory learner. I like listening to his lecture. I'm going to go ahead and view his lectures. Now, the great thing about the lectures, in addition to my scintillating personality, is if you are a mobile student and maybe you're accessing information while you're at work and you got your earbuds in and you're trying to get some content absorbed while you're doing other things, the video lectures are a great way to go. You can listen to them audio only. You won't see the slides, but you'll still be getting the content. So if you go with this option, you'll see week 2, lecture 1, marketing mix and promotional mix. Click here. And I'm going to click on that. This one isn't working right now. There's something going on with that link, so I'm going to fix that one. But let me go down to this one here. That one's working. This is about segmentation and demographics. You can see we've got a 13-minute video here. And what I've done under the videos is I've included the video timing markers when your key terms will show up. So this is straight from the study guide. You know that if you're listening to my video lecture on segmentation, target markets, demographics, and psychographics, that segmentation comes up at 34 seconds and target markets comes up at 10 minutes and 17 seconds. So you can have some focused viewing. You don't have to watch my entire video. As entertaining as I am, you don't have to watch my entire video from front to back. You can focus in and scroll forward and back to get your information. Okay, so 2 ways to learn. You can read, you can view / listen. And then you got your study guide at the bottom for each of those. That's your modules. So you want to make sure you look at those before you tackle your assignments. First you learn, and then you earn the points by completing the assignments. That's it in a nutshell. It's pretty straightforward. I will get into the marketing plan as we get further down the course. I'm going to stop my share here. So if you have questions for me, a couple of strategies there. Actually, I'll share my screen one more time. The Canvas inbox over here on the far left, I'm zapping that right now. If you want to write me a message, if you prefer to write me, that's the preferred tool to use, is the Canvas inbox. This is a focused email platform that puts your message directly in the course. So I know exactly what course you're in. If you're a John Smith, I've probably got several of you in a variety of classes. And if you email me as John Smith, I got to do some work to try to figure out what class you're in. So rather than use campus email, go into the Canvas inbox and it'll direct me directly to the course that you're in. So that's if you want to do a longer written message to me. If you want to just get a quick question answered, then text me. And again, in my office hours, in my syllabus, under office hours, I list my cell phone. So that's in there for you as well. That's on page 2 of the syllabus. Waiting for the syllabus to catch up. Page 2 of the syllabus, there we go. So right here, on my office hours. And my cell phone is right there, 858-776-7492. Just text me. Try to follow, office hours at 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. and give me some time to get back to you. And I'll try to respond to you as quickly as possible. So I appreciate you signing up. I hope we have a productive semester. I look forward to seeing all your faces on Tuesday, August 25th. Feel free to dive through key resources. If anything doesn't make sense, reach out to me on the Canvas inbox, or you can always text me a message. All right, welcome aboard. I'll see you soon. Thank you.